Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Brad.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2024.
Whoa, 2024?
That's right, Brad.
Ooh, so this is the future.
2024 Mazda CX-90.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
The Mazda CX-90. This has been a long-awaited vehicle. An SUV that Mazda has put so much effort into that today, we can't help but feel like a kid on Christmas. We have awakened and ran downstairs to see what awaits us. And with the CX-90, Mazda has given us exactly what we asked for this year. Quite frankly, we can only sum it up in one very simple word.
Refined.
Elegant. What did you just say?
Refined, what did you say?
I said elegant.
Well, like they say, Jared, tomato, tomato.
Right, well, both words do beautifully describe the interior of this vehicle, and we wanted to start in the interior for a change because this interior is what makes the CX-90 a cut above the rest. And it's very important to remember that Mazda has no luxury brand or anything like that, so everything Mazda produces that's premium gets put into their Mazda lineup. And this, the top of the range Signature Edition, they did just that. Oozing with touches of luxury, the Signature trim has my permission to call itself a premium vehicle. It has soft Napa leather, a light maplewood panel finish, a rugged yet elegant cloth dash, beautiful oyster interior rooflines, and contrast steering wheel stitching. This might be one of the best interiors I've ever seen. In fact, this reminds me, when I was a kid, my parents had this living room that I was not allowed in. Even if I had permission, I still could not eat in that living room. And it's like this car. If I had the CX-90, I would not eat in this vehicle. As a matter of fact, especially this vehicle, because this belongs to the dealership and we have to give it back when we're done.
Sorry.
Can I continue?
Please do.
Mazda has these slogans that say things like, for the voyage of your life and soul in motion, to describe this car, but really they don't need to do that because this interior speaks for itself.
Want some?
No. But that's not the whole story, because the exterior is just as nice as the interior. And this, the CX-90, is the largest SUV Mazda has ever made. And that means there's a whole lot more to love.
Starting with rim options, depending on what trim level you go with, you can get 18-inch rims, 19-inch, or you can get what we have here, the 21-inch rim.
Another nice little feature this car has is this chrome plate that says inline 6, or if you go with a plug-in hybrid, we'll say PHEV. And that's sort of a call out to more of a vintage era of cars, and I really like that.
And if you invested in chrome this year and made some gains, you can probably thank Mazda for that, because on this beauty, there's a whole lot of chrome. From the front fascia smile to the minimal overhang under the air intakes, the front uses just enough chrome to keep things classy. The tail of the chrome continues here above the windows, but also here below the rocker panels, which is a nice little accent piece. Another little side note about the Signature trim level is that both the rocker panels and wheel well color are the same as the rest of the vehicle, whereas on other trim levels, they're black and plastic. And on this trim level, I really think it makes the color stand out.
The tail of the chrome ends here at the rear, where the large SUV opens itself up and shows you its cargo space. And with a CX-90, you get 3 different seat configurations: 6 seats, 7 seats, or 8 seats. Here is the 6-seater, which offers you the most at 2,129 liters of cargo space. But that's 28 liters more than the 8 and the 7-seater.
Now, the question is, being the biggest SUV Mazda has made, does it have the power for a big haul while also being fun to drive?
Well, the answer is yes, because the biggest SUV also has Mazda's most powerful gasoline mass-produced engine they've ever come out with. The lighter 3.3-liter turbocharged inline engine, mated with Mazda's smoother and faster 8-speed automatic transmission, is fully at your service. To maximize power and fuel, Mazda now offers a 48-volt lithium-ion battery, making the CX-90 a mild hybrid. Think of it like this. The reason this hybrid is mild is because it only offers assistance to the engine. Think of it like Brad and I. The engine could do it all on its own, and it does a very good job, but sometimes it's nice to have an assistance every once in a while to make things easier. And that helps this vehicle in terms of fuel economy because it offers a combined 9.3 or 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers combined, depending on the trim level you go with.
Well, Jared, our viewers might also like to know about the CX-90 and its available 340 horsepower or 369 pounds of torque. Now, Jared, 369 pounds, that's something you're a little familiar with?
Brad, I told you before, I'm big boned. At any rate, if you've seen any reviews about the CX-90, you've probably heard all about the rear-biased all-wheel drive system. But what you probably haven't heard about is their 4.2-liter washer fluid container. And why is that important? Because the average washer fluid jug that you would purchase is roughly 3.78 liters. This being 4.2, as soon as your light comes on, you can empty the whole jug in and completely empty the jug. And that means you don't have to leave it in the backseat of your car. And that alone is why you watch Hood Slappers.
Well, we know the vehicle is big. It's also powerful. But how does it drive?
Well, with the CX-90, Mazda took a page out of the Miata book and guarantees that it's fun. But let's see for ourselves. Okay, Brad, ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, parking brake off. And how does this get your, how do you get into drive?
Just let me.
No, hold on. Reverse, down. Okay. And we're off.
We're off with a little help. A little help from your friend.
Little assistance. Okay, well, Brady, here we are in the 2024 Mazda CX-90, our first 2024 review. What are your thoughts?
It seems weird, not even halfway through 2023,
It's true.
reviewing a 24.
This is
But
the
that
future.
aside, I will say it actually looks very different on the interior, at least aesthetically,
Yes.
than really anything we've tried, especially with this light-colored fabric.
I like that.
What
I
is
like that.
this?
It's unique. It's original.
It's very unique. It's
Outside
very
of the box.
original. So that immediately stands out.
Yep.
Coupled with the cream color on the armrest here and the
Yep.
mahogany center console
Actually, Brad,
here.
I think you'll find that's maple.
Maple.
Yeah.
No, that's you go and take a look. That's mahogany.
You can
almost guarantee
hear
it.
the maple in that. That is maple.
You can hear the maple.
You don't know who you're messing with, Brad.
Trust me, I know my woods. Okay.
I know my woods.
But all that to say, I love it. It's certainly like a lot of these features similar. We've seen other things, but
Yeah.
the aesthetic is very nice.
It's done a very nice job with that.
Yes.
And I'll say it. I mean, like, this is, to me, take away the badging. This is a luxury car. This is a BMW. This is a Lexus, Audi, Mercedes, whatever you want to call it.
It certainly feels like it.
It does, and I think they did a nice job. And it rides well. Like, there's nothing that's like, oh, well, it's a Mazda. It might look nice, but it's still a Mazda. No, sure, it's a nice premium Mazda.
Yeah.
Really well done. And yeah, I like what they've done. The little different, texture here, and the beautiful armrest with splits in the middle. We can kind of have our own fair share.
Really great.
And they get the button to screen ratio. I mean, this, the buttons are still there. These little floating
The
buttons.
floating ones are interesting.
It
That's a
is,
whole
yeah.
different texture.
And Mazda's stuck with, this is not a touchscreen, viewers, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
It is touchscreen if you use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, then your screen becomes touchscreen. But generally speaking, it's a regular screen that is controlled like this, just like when we reviewed the Mazda CX-50.
Right.
Our argument was, well, even a moron can use this, and Brad showed us how effective that system is.
Huh.
But I will say this, Mazda, I think you've painted yourself into a corner. Because you have the Mazda CX-30, you got the 60, the 70, the 90, eventually you're gonna run out of numbers. And you can't do the 91, because that doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
You can't go past 100, there's too many syllables. I think you've screwed yourself.
Well, here's where they could, first of all, they could fix it by just getting rid of the number letter combo think. Like, why CX? Go with PZ.
The PZ-90. That
PZ-90.
Sounds like workout equipment.
Well, CX-90. It's
I
all
guess
the
it
same.
all does. Yeah.
It's all the same. Why not name it? We've talked about this before.
We have.
Name the car.
I like a name.
Vehicle.
A good name.
Yes. And this deserves one because this is not just. This does feel luxury. And yeah. Okay. So I think you're right.
Yeah. But, and just so the viewers do know, that the CX-9 is no longer. So this is kind of taking the CX-9's place, and they've added a 0 to make it the CX-90.
Gotcha.
All
right, Jared, we're in a Mazda, new thing here. Who's this competing with?
So the competitors to this are, of course, the Toyota Highlander, the Honda Pilot, which we've reviewed already, the Telluride, the Kia Telluride, reviewed that, and of course the Hyundai Palisade, we've reviewed that. And interestingly enough, one of the complaints about this car is that people think the higher trim level that we're in today is a little more expensive than it needs to be. Because this starts at what? I think it's like 46,000, and top trim is about 63,000.
Yes.
So that's the complaint, is they think the 63 grand is a bit too much.
Well, can I do some price comparisons here?
Absolutely, Brad. I thought you would jump in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like, this is my cup of tea.
This is your niche.
You know? So let's talk here about what an actual luxury vehicle might go for, right?
Yeah, let me just turn off my heated seat.
Yes. Anywho.
It begins.
It's about to get even hotter in here when you hear about this.
Sure.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, the MDX starts at 67.4. So, okay, that's actually, that's where it starts. This tops out at like
63, yeah.
You know?
Now, some people would say the MDX is not a luxury. So if you got a luxury.
Fair enough. Okay, what about the X7?
Yeah. BMW, yeah.
108. That's where it starts.
Okay.
108,000. The GLS?
Yeah.
Okay, 110,000. So we're talking, okay, there's a gulf here. There's a distance between this and that.
Yeah.
Now, it's direct competitors. The Pilot, you mentioned, starts at 52, tops out at about 65. This puts this right in that.
This is less than that. This
Right.
is a better deal. And I would say this looks better.
I would agree. Absolutely, I would agree. The Highlander starts at 49, goes up to about 60.
Still
Similar,
this
in the
crazy.
same vein. Telluride, 52 to 65. The Palisade, 50 to 60. So I don't think the price point is actually out of line here. In fact,
I think the problem, Brad, is that prices have just all gone up, and now these vehicles are starting to hit 60,000, and that's a new threshold that people haven't seen in prices on these. And I think they're getting a little bit of sticker shock,
a little bit uppity, a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think it's out of line with anything else.
In fact, it's direct competitors. Let's just make getting in the market. This is the cheapest option at your base trim level.
There you go.
Compared to everyone else's base trim level, because this starts at 45.
Okay. So it's a bargain. And you know what? To be honest, I think the money into this, the 63,000, you're getting more in that 63,000 than you would with those other competitors' highest end levels. Palisade is a nice car. I will say the Palisade is nice, but still, I don't know. This is very nice.
No, the Mazda is worth a look here for sure.
It is. Now, one of the things we said already is the Mazda doesn't have a luxury brand, so they're dipping into that luxury brand with their own Mazda car at a reasonable price, and that's interesting because Volkswagen tried that. They came out with the Arteon. It was a full-sized full-size sedan, and it lasted maybe 2 years because nobody bought it because it was an expensive car, and you could get a BMW sedan at a very competitive cost to that. So why would you? So that kind of crashed and burned.
Now, do you think when you look back at it, the Miata, was that them testing the luxury market there, getting in with the Miata?
I don't think so. I had a teacher in high school who had a Miata.
Yeah?
He was about 6'7", and he would drive a Miata. And every time he would leave for lunch, and he'd come back, and we'd always watch him get out of that car.
I bet. That was a small car.
It was a very small car. And his was, back then it was even smaller.
Yes.
He got in. I just couldn't get out.
I couldn't get out. I always kind of wanted the Miata.
It's an underrated car, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a very nice car.
Well, friends, if this were Christmas Day, as Jared imagined earlier, and we were getting the CX-90 as a present, of this I'm sure, come Boxing Day, we would not be returning it because we love it. And why? Well, it's big, but it still drives well. It's sporty, but it's still comfortable. It's elegant, yet it's still rugged. And with 5 different trim levels, it means you can get the CX-90 the way you want it. And with that, I give the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90 my hood slap of approval.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. A huge thanks goes to our friends at Forbes Waterloo Mazda for letting us use this 2024 Mazda CX-90 after being on their lot for only 1 week. Thanks so much, and if you're in the market for a Mazda, go see them.